Just woke up. Gotta take a little shower, get a little breakfast. Hold on here. Light here a little bit. How you doing? So, I wanted to make a quick video here. I literally just woke up on what's going on with the AMC apes. I've been noticing a big thing now, a change from when we started to where we are now. Where we started, we were a movement and we wanted to beat the hedge funds. Okay. Where we are now, I noticed they want to join the hedge funds. Okay. They want to take a piggyback ride. Look at what's happening right now with Ape. I'm sure you see it's up. Okay. You know why it's up? Because everybody is taking a little bit of a piggyback ride. Now, I get it. I understand it. But at the end of the game, when they want to slip the rug from you, they always will. Remember that. This is a game of you can't time everything perfect. You really can't. You really have no idea in the stock market, no matter how much you think it's something might be as solid as a rock, it's not in your control. Remember that. It is not in your control. And at the end of the day, it's the hedge funds. They're the ones controlling the ship. Now, the thing is, what do they do with the pirates when they're done with them? They throw them off the ship to the sharks, okay? And then you're shark bait. So it's like, that's the question. It's like, everybody is so happy they're making a couple of dollars off Ape. Everybody is so happy. But it's like, once again, they'll pull the shrug. You don't know when. I know you're all thinking, oh, well, Ape, the conversion to AMC, blah, 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 blah. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. When Intera is satisfied, okay? See, they're probably, they're probably scalping this. You want to laugh? You don't know. You don't know. They got it at 66 cents with Ape. They got it at 100 million shares. I mean, think about this. I mean, they're up a lot of money right now in Terra. And, you don't know, listen, you don't know their motivations. Once they, you know what, right now, think about how much money they're up. They're up like well over 100 million. Probably 130 million, 140 million. So whenever they want to pull that rug from you, they will. Okay? Forget about this whole conversion. They might say to themselves, listen, we just made, because they, AMC owes them a lot of money, and they love AMC. They're making a fortune off AMC. They shorted this thing down from like $10 down to 66 cents. They got it at 66 cents. Now they're riding it up. And at some point, they'll pull the rug from you. Who knows what they're going to do? Just waiting to see if there's anybody with comments with this. But that's the talk of the town. Everybody is happy that they're making their crumbs with Ape. People think very small. Okay. It's time to beat the hedge funds, not just take a piggyback ride. I got apes telling me, oh, I can't wait for the 10-for-1 reverse stock split. They're like, because I'm going to buy puts on AMC. It's like we're becoming the hedge funds. That's what's happening. What's happening? We're becoming the hedge funds. And this is not a good mentality. By the way, I am getting emails. I'm getting a very good amount of emails. There are apes who are tired of the bullshit and they want to be in the leader seat. They want to be in control. Okay, so I'm getting emails. They're like, it's time to fire Adam Aron. It is time to fire the AMC board, and they want control. Hashtag take over AMC. All right, I'm also going to put my email address when everybody comes. I like to do this a lot of times throughout the live stream, because if you are part of the Apefather plan, you're going to send me an email saying I'm in. And there's no money required. As I said, I'm not asking for any money. I'm just trying to accumulate enough emails, like 1 million emails, okay, to get to the point where either A or B, acquiring AMC or incorporating an entity that will be able to purchase 51% of the shares, making this entity the majority stockholder, getting voting power, voting rights is possible. And all of this is my goal is I'm thinking of a bigger picture than most of you. Okay. I'm thinking of exposing the synthetics, which could potentially make AMC over $1 trillion, possibly. It could be, who knows how high. It all depends on the synthetics. But that's why we need share intel. We really need Wes Christian. We need a tremendous legal team behind this. Yeah, that's why I'm thinking big. I'm thinking of the big picture. And I want to put the shorts in a position where they're forced to close. I'm tired of playing this game. I'm tired of playing a game where we're hanging on to a thread of every move they're going to make. If they're going to short us to the oblivion, we got to hold on for dear life. You know what I mean? If they're going to use illegal tactics such as naked shorting, synthetic shares, and then after they make all their money, then they make a deal with Adam Aron, okay, like in Terra, okay, it gets in after they shorted Ape to the oblivion, they get 100 million shares. Now they're up 150 million. I mean, this is all bullshit, and this is all. Look, Adam Aron's sole purpose to make Ape, right? What was it? To raise money for AMC. It wasn't to raise money for Terra. It was to raise money for AMC. I don't know somehow how Terra is becoming they're benefiting. Let me tell you something. The only deal they made with Adam Aron was, I think, for $100 million to reduce the debt. They're making a lot more than $100 million playing their. I like to call it the shorting game. Okay, they're making a lot more, and it's not really going to benefit AMC. It's going to benefit them. It's going to benefit them. Kevin Ike. Look, my priority right now, Kevin, I'm going to be honest with you, it's fully AMC. I do own GameStop, but I don't own anywhere near the amount of shares is the majority of my shares is AMC. So, I mean, you have to understand, you can't even compare them. Like let's just say I got a little taste of GameStop. I have a little taste of it. That's all. No, I didn't sell it. But it's nothing in comparison to what I have at AMC. And AMC is my priority, brother, not GameStop. So let me just see if there's anybody else here. Give me 1 second. Just want to check some prices. I'm actually doing very well on GameStop right now. I wish that I was in the green with AMC like I am with GameStop. But like again, it's small money, so who cares? Small buckaroos. I'm thinking of the big bucks, not the small bucks. I know Morant's Rants is probably happy. He's probably pumping GameStop like I don't even know, man. Like a wildebeest trying to get a date with a hot guy like me. How you doing? How you doing? Look at this mug. All the ladies. This is the ladies' man. That's what they call me. You're like, what? What are you talking about? Ladies like, let me tell you a little secret. They like big, hairy men that act like apes. That's why we're all going to be very successful. We're all going to be very, very successful people. Because you got to think like an ape. You got to act like an ape. And you got to look like an ape. That's the game. That's V for victory, baby. Well, are we all apes? I mean, isn't that what we are? You shouldn't be ashamed of what you are. We're apes, baby. Apes rule the jungle. You understand? We're like Tarzan, baby. We go and we get our Jane. Ow! Good morning, John. How you doing, brother? That's right. We're all apes, baby. You know, this one ape that sent me an email. He said, "Apefather, you should change your name to King of the Apes." That's what he said. He goes, instead of Apefather, which is, he goes, I love Apefather. He goes, but King of the Apes. Now, I know this in some cases upsets people because they're like, who are you, man? You're not our king. Look, I'm not trying to come across, just so that you all understand, like a king. And I'm not trying to come across, if you want to know the truth, like I'm like above you. I think we're all equal. We're all equal. We have an equal mission to win. You know what I mean? But you see, the thing that I'm fearing is that apes are starting to have a new game plan now. And it's a very, very dangerous game plan that the apes have, John. They're starting to ride the piggyback ride off hedge funds. And it's very, very dangerous because at any moment, they could pull the rug from you. Because remember something, this is their world. This is their game. And you're playing a very dangerous game doing that. Like for instance, John, I have people emailing me telling me, after this 10-for-1 split, Apefather, I'm going to buy puts on AMC. I got people telling me right now they're thrilled over Ape. But once again, it's like you're just not understanding. You know what you should do? Here's how you should think of it. We lost. So whatever technique you're using, okay, whatever technique you're using, retail lost $350 billion in 2022. So I want you to think about that because I get all these emails from people telling me how happy they are that they made a couple of $100 on Ape, how happy they are that they made a couple of $1,000 on Ape. But here's the thing you're not understanding. We lost 350. That's a lot of money, man. that's tremendous money. 350 billion we lost. All right, think about that. And Citadel made 16 billion. Okay. And you got to really think about how much Antera is making. I can tell you right now, we know that Antera got in at Ape at what, 66 cents? Antera is making a shitload of money, right? Hey, what's up, Greg? I'm sorry, man. I got bigger plans, Greg. And maybe one day you'll understand it, brother. I got bigger plans. Okay? Bigger plans. That's the thing, man. Look, protesting, I think it's great. But at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, what did it accomplish? And that's what I was trying to tell all of you. Look, I tried my protest. I understand one person came, but you want to know the truth, brother? Greg, it wouldn't have mattered if 100 people came to my protest. It wouldn't have mattered if 100 people came to my protest. Look, my protest video, if you check it, got 13,000 views. Okay? The actual video of the Marine, I think with Charles Payne, got less. I think got like 11,000 views. So you want to know what I find that's funny? Everybody says to me, Apefather, man, if you spoke with Charles Payne, right? If you spoke with Charles Payne, you would have got a lot more views. My protest video got 13,000 views. You know what I mean? I didn't need Charles Payne. but what good did it do, right? Yeah, that 350 billion went somewhere else. Absolutely, John. But it's the only, you know what it is, Craig? You ever see this movie? Maybe John saw it. You ever see this movie? It was called Alive. And it was with that European soccer team. I don't know where they were from. But a plane crashed, right? And it was I don't know where they were, man. It looked like they were freaking Antarctica. I don't even know where they were. But it was like literally all ice. The plane landed. It was like all ice, freezing weather. And there was like literally, that's it. There was no civilization in sight. They had to resort, listen, to cannibalism in order to survive. Now you're going to laugh with this one, John. They literally had to eat other people's asses, bro. Like, because the ass has the best meat. I don't know where they're from, but they had to. I want you all to imagine this. In order for us to survive, we had to eat each other's asses. And this, like, I don't know where they're from. I have to look it up, okay? But did you ever see that movie Alive? Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is for specifically for Greg, okay? It's Chile, yeah, okay, Chile, right? So, was that Greg? Was that a difficult situation that you had to eat my ass? I want you to think about this in order to survive. But that's what you had to do, brother. That is what you had to do in order to live. You had a choice. It was A, survive, B, die. And that was it. So if you wanted to survive, you probably had to eat my ass. Now, the reason I'm making this point, you're probably like, what is this dude talking about? Is that I understand it's a difficult situation to do what we're trying to do. But it's either that or die, Greg. That's it. Because after the reverse stock split, we're dead. Argentina. So, listen, it's what's the difference, SM? You get the point, all right? It was Argentina. What's Chile? What's the difference? It's the point I'm trying to make. It's a point. I had to take a shower. I just woke up. Got to clear my sinuses. How you doing? But anyway, they do it in China every day. Well, for their own reasons. They do it for their own reasons, okay? But the reasons we're doing it is because we want to win. That's the reasons we're doing it. See, Greg, we're faced with a situation where we want to win. That's what it is. Now, look, you did your protest with the Marine, correct? Listen, you did it. You went down there. He went on Charles Payne. Okay. What is the results? That's it. Now you got to just look. You ever hear of the expression tough love? That's what I'm giving all of you. I'm giving you tough love. A lot of you, you're calling me the hate father. You're saying I'm a hater. You're saying I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the Marine. I'm not jealous of the Marine. Why would I be jealous of the Marine? Like, I don't understand why people say this. Look, I have a much bigger YouTube channel than he does. The guy's got under 6,000 subs. The guy's got, I think, last I checked, it was 750,000 views. So how am I jealous of a person where I have 11,313 subs and I have close to 6.6 million views? Why am I jealous? If anything, the Marine is jealous of me. You understand? I'm not jealous of the Marine. You're like, oh, you're jealous of him. I'm not jealous of him. And then people always try to throw this thing in. You know, you want to know what they try to throw in? John Nito is a Marine. John, how many times do I compliment you? How many times do I praise the Marines? And he's a Marine. I want you to know. All I do is praise every single person in our great country that served our country. All I do is praise them. From the beginning of my YouTube channel, I say, God bless all active military. God bless our vets. Even though Trey was a complete moron, I still said he served our country. God bless him. And it's the same thing with the Marine. God bless the Marine that he served our country. But what is like, everyone they say to me, I'm disrespecting our country. So in other words, I'm not allowed to have an opinion on how the Marine handled his interview with Charles Payne because he served our country. Is that what you're saying? So no, I still have the right to it, right? I still have the right to an opinion. Thank you, Greg. Good morning. Why do you and Jed sleep in separate beds? Because I snore like an ape. No, but don't worry about it, bro. We're in bed. We're in bed a lot with each other. Mexican boss balls. I love you, brother. I know you got a little pissed off at me that I didn't go to the protest, but there was a reason, brother. There was a reason. I just want to spend my time at this point in the game because we're late in the game now. You understand this, right? This 10-for-1 stock split. The meeting is March 14th. I just want to spend my time at this point making a difference. And if I really felt in my heart, listen to me, that was the answer, you know I would be down there. I just don't feel it's the answer. And you know what? The truth came out, you know. What was accomplished? See, don't you understand that this idea I have, you know, I don't think Mexican boss, I don't know if you emailed me yet, but acquiring AMC or starting an entity that could potentially acquire 51% of AMC and give us voting powers, voting rights is the answer. But the true answer is acquiring AMC. You know, you really want to fire Adam Aron. You want him out. You want to fire the board of directors. And the reason why I would make a great AMC CEO has nothing to do with intellect. I'm very smart. I am very, very smart. But see, a lot of people say things to me like, you're not a college guy, you're not a Harvard guy, you haven't run movie theaters. It has nothing to do with that. There's nothing. We are in this for a specific reason, and you need someone with diamond balls of steel to make that reason come true. And that reason is the MOAS. That's why we're in this. That's why we're in this. We're in this for the MOAS. Listen, you know, everyone makes me laugh, man. I love how everyone changed. Everyone forgot what we're in this for. Now everybody wants to take piggyback rides on the hedge funds. That's a new thing now. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, John, you have no idea how many people say this to me, brother. Dude would love to be working with the SEC if given the chance. Who are you talking about? Apefather, you were the first to start the protest, and we're continuing. But again, Greg, listen, it doesn't work. You understand? It doesn't work, bro. It's like you have to try to understand that. Like, let me ask you a question. If your goal, okay, let me give you an analogy. If your goal was to score with a beautiful blonde bombshell, you know, John Nito is a ladies' man. He gets tremendous amount of women. God bless him. Okay. Now let's say you went up to the girl and you said this to her. You said, "Excuse me, do you like chicken?" She goes, "Why are you asking me?" "I like chicken. Let's go get chicken." And let's say she left, right? And let's say that pickup line, you got lucky. Now, let's say the next day you tried to be all serious with her. So instead of joking and saying something that's funny, you tried to be like, "Hi, my name is Greg, and I just wanted to say hello to you." And she's gonna be like, "Get away from me, weirdo." Okay. Why would you want to continuously do the pickup line that doesn't work rather than be funny and be a clown and get in that girl's pants, right? You understand what I'm trying to say? Okay. So the key here is to score. The key here is to win. And I'm trying to make all of you understand that protesting doesn't work. Look, it's a great effort. It's fun. All of you got together. I'm sure you probably had a couple of beers at the hotel. Maybe got yourself a little bit of a steak. That's what I would have did. Um, even though I'm technically on my diet, I ate very good yesterday. People don't realize it. I ate very, very good for the first time. I literally drank only water, and I only had grilled chicken, I had a little steak, salad. That was it. I did good yesterday. Ape stock, if you could buy the dip, look, once again, it's just, you know what it is, bro? Too many people have been contacting me. Here goes Mexican balls. It's all about awareness. All right, let me ask you a question, Mexican balls. Let me ask you a question. Did the Marine get his awareness? Yes or no? Would you agree he got his awareness? Let's see. 75, 80 people showed up to the protest, correct? Okay. He got on Charles Payne, correct? Okay. What's the results, brother? What's the results? Tell me. Adam Aron is still the CEO, right? AMC board of directors are still in power. Gary Gensler is still not doing his job. Actually, the Marine begged. He begged Gary Gensler. He said, "Can you please send out a tweet to acknowledge that we were here, Gary Gensler?" Which was very weak, by the way, that he did that. Okay. And Gary Gensler did not send out a tweet. Charles Payne abused the Marine. I don't know if you watched the interview, but it was pathetic. You know that the Marine did not mention one single thing, Mexican balls. Like, bro, he didn't mention naked shorting. He didn't mention the dark pools. Like, Charles Payne asked him a question, right? Charles Payne said, why are you here today? What is going, like, why are you protesting? Why are you here today, right? And the Marine did not mention naked shorting. And the Marine did not mention dark pools. And the Marine did not mention payment for order flow. It's like he didn't mention anything. I honestly was kind of confused why he was there, to be honest with you. Like, if I wasn't, let's put it to you this way. If I wasn't an AMC ape and I was just some like new investor watching Charles Payne, let's just say, I would have no idea why the Marine was protesting. I would just think he was crazy. I'd be like, why is this guy here for? He literally did not give one reason why he was protesting. I don't know if you know this. Yeah, you should watch the interview, Mexican Balls, because not only did the Marine not mention naked shorting, not mention payment for order flows or the dark pools or anything, he let Charles Payne, in my opinion, be a bully. He let him be a bully. Charles Payne was like, "You guys, all you apes, you're not organized. You need to get your shit together." He's like, "Maybe one day you'll get your voice heard." Right? He goes, "Go get organized." And the Marine thanked him for that. At the end of the interview, the Marine was like, "Thank you, Charles Page. Thank you for your time." No. What the Marine needed to do at that point was to take Charles Payne out. That's what the Marine needed to do. He needed to put him in his place. Okay. I would have said to Charles Payne, let me explain something to you. This is what I would have said if I was being interviewed. Okay. Which would see my interview would have ended very quickly. He would have just shut the interview off. I would have said, are you aware how powerful the AMC apes are? I would have said to Charles Payne. And he goes, how powerful? Tell me, April, how powerful? Okay. There is anywhere between 5 to 10 million retail investors worldwide that own AMC. Okay. Combined strength, we are more powerful than Ken Griffin. Combined strength, we are more powerful than Citadel. And we are definitely more powerful than you. I would have said to him 100%. Okay. And most likely, we're probably going to acquire Fox one day. And guess what that would mean? What would it mean, Apefather? It means you're going to work for me. Well, I would tell them. Okay. So just remember, I like my coffee light. A lot of people think that was a racial joke. It's not a racial joke. I actually like my coffee light. I don't know if you know this, but when I go to Dunkin' Donuts, I'm famous here. I'm famous in the Jersey Shore because I get 15 pumps of milk in my iced coffee. It's the truth. It's not, it's people like, you're racist. You're racist. No, I'm not racist. I like 15 pumps of milk in my iced coffee. I already told the Marine I wanted to debate him hip hop live spot. He doesn't get back to me because he's a coward. Like, listen, let's face the facts. He doesn't have the balls to speak to me. And that's the bottom line. He knows that I would completely destroy him. He doesn't, the Marine doesn't stand a chance against me. And he knows it. And that's why he doesn't respond to me because it would be, I think I might make the poor guy cry. Like he would just literally give up. I haven't heard about that merger, but I think that would be a tremendous, great idea. If Tommy from the Bronx, if AMC and David Buster's merged, that's huge. It's funny. It's funny. I was just saying this the other day. Tommy. I was saying how every single AMC should have a bar. And I was saying if David Buster's has a bar, right? AMC should have a bar. And, there are a lot of AMCs that do have bars throughout the country. But there's, for some odd reason, and it could be based on the state, there are a lot of AMC movie theaters that don't have bars. And the way I see it is if David Buster's has a bar, AMC should have a bar. I actually think that AMC should have a lot more things. Like, I know you all think I'm crazy, but I think that there should be like entertainment similar to David Buster's going on at AMC. Like, I'll give you an example. I once took my mom to David Buster's because, she was hanging out with the grandkids and the grandkids were playing. And my mom, they have all these different games. Like they have the Wheel of Fortune game. And my mother loves that. So she was staying on the Wheel of Fortune game. She was on the other one, Make a Deal. Was that with, that show? What was it? Something, we gotta, the freaking the suitcases, you gotta pick with deal or no deal. There it is, deal or no deal. Just came to me. So in other words, and then at the end of the day, you accumulate points and you go get yourself a little whatever it is, prize, right? Why can't we have like a Joker poker machine? Think about this for a second. And you know what? It's completely legal. People don't realize this. It's completely legal to have a Joker poker machine. See, you're not supposed to listen. We all know what those bodegas are doing. We all know what these little convenience stores all around New York are doing. They're turning it into a casino. Now, you're not allowed to do that. That's against the law. But certainly, if you were just accumulating points and you wanted to get yourself like some really cool adult things, not just kid things, but some like see, that's where I think David Buster's goes wrong. You know where I think David Buster's goes wrong is that the points are only for the kids. Now, don't get me wrong. That's good. You want to have kids' toys. But David Buster's admits it. Like, I actually called up. We went there. I went to David Buster's for a New Year's Eve. And I was on the phone with their manager. And the manager was telling me, because I was like, you have an open bar. I was like very confused because to me, Dave and Buster's, I think kids. I'm thinking children, right? And I'm like, you actually have an open bar for New Year's Eve? And they were like, yeah. So I'm like, that's great. You know, like this way, it's like a win-win, you know, win-win for me, win-win for the kids, right? So we went there for New Year's Eve, and I was actually asking him, I'm like, let me ask you a question. What is your average like age that like what is the majority? You know, he goes, the majority of people are 21 and over. He actually sent this to me that go to Dave and Buster's. So it's actually the majority of their audience is not children. The majority of their audience are people 21 and over. So why not have things that adults want to win? You see, I'm trying to like get out. You never know, man. You might have like here's an example. Can I just make you laugh? I know you're gonna think I'm a psycho. You know what casinos do? Where they give away a car. Like you walk into a casino and you'll see like a car. Okay. You could actually do something similar to that with AMC, where you could actually have a big thing. You can have a Joker poker machine, right? And you can say, win this car. And you will have people throwing tremendous money into this thing. Tremendous money. I'm just saying, you'll be surprised. This guy told me one time who owned a convenience store in Brooklyn. He was a buddy of mine. He said that like literally 90% of his revenue was coming in from the lotto and from the Joker poker machine. So in other words, everything else he had in his store, like whatever it be, candy bars, you know, potato chips. Okay, cigarettes is high too. Cigarettes is a high markup, which absolutely I agree with that. Maybe he stole my idea. You're funny, Tommy. No, but I'm just trying to say that there's so many ways that Adam Aron could increase revenues of AMC that he would, if he, I wish Adam Aron would speak to me. You know what I mean? I can give Adam Aron about like 5 ideas that he would instantly raise revenues. Instantly. The first thing is you got to think like David Buster's. And I've been saying this from day one. So if they merge, man, that's tremendous. See, here's what you're doing. Look, Greg, you're talking about the Marine serving our country. Listen to me. I told the Marine from day one, I told all Marines, my buddy John Nito, that I have the highest respect for every single person that serves our country. Listen to me. I said this from the beginning. If you serve our great country, God bless you, God bless your family. I have the highest amount of respect. But listen, it's a different subject if we're talking about the Marine as an AMC leader. So you have to let's differentiate. Like, what are we talking about? Are we talking about how do we feel that the Marine served our country? We all agree that he's a hero. We all agree that he deserves our gratitude, he deserves our love, and he deserves our respect. But is he a good leader for AMC? The question is no. And you have to differentiate the two. You have to differentiate. Too many people keep going back to that he's a Marine. So automatically we have to give him a pass that he made an asshole out of himself on Charles Payne, that he made an asshole out of the AMC apes on Charles Payne. No, we can't give him a pass. We can't, just because he's a Marine doesn't mean that he has the right to make fools out of all of us. Okay, that's what he did. I'm sorry, brother. You know, Greg, I just don't understand why this is so complicated for you, brother. What did what did it accomplish to protest? What did Occupy SEC 2023 accomplish? I mean, I love you, brother, but I don't know if you're just delusional. Bro, it didn't accomplish anything. Let me ask you a question. What did it accomplish? Are we still heading for a 10-for-1 reverse stock split? Yes or no? We are, correct? Okay. Is Adam Aron still the CEO of AMC? Yes. Is the board of directors still in power at AMC? Yes. Did Gary Gensler in any way, shape, or form tweet that, he saw the protest, he's going to make changes, he's going to do things? No, he didn't. Okay. So, you know what happened, bro? Nothing. That's it. That's the bottom line. I mean, it's like you don't want to accept it. It's like everyone keeps saying that the Marines protest was a success. Success how? It wasn't a success. And this whole thing about awareness, you listen to me. There's a difference between awareness that gets something done and awareness that gets nothing done. So let's talk about the two. If he did something where, let me give you an example. Let's say Gary Gensler said, you know something, like after the protest, I have to start doing a better job. I saw this great, great American, the Marine, and he was outside with all of these wonderful Americans, and they just want a fair Wall Street. And you know something? It touched my heart. Gary Gensler. It touched my heart. That's called awareness with results. I would say, I told all of you, if something similar to that would have happened, I would have took the Marine out for any amount of dinner. It could have been $1,000, could have been a $2,000 dinner. I swear to you that I would have did it. I would have went to the Marine. I would have said, bro, pick the restaurant. I don't care what you want to drink. I don't care what you want to eat. It's on the house. It's on me. But that didn't happen. So why are we glorifying this protest for? Why are we glorifying something that nothing happened? And it's the same thing with you want to laugh, it's the same thing with my protest. And you want to laugh because there's Chad. I don't even know if this is Chad Clifford, the real Chad Clifford. Chad Clifford, if I'm going to assume it's the real you. My protest has more views. Listen, isn't this sick? My protest that had one person, Billy, okay, has over 13,000 views. Whereas the Marine with Charles Payne had, last I checked, had a little over 11,000 views. And I mean, so if you're talking about awareness, my protest was a bigger success, right? Listen to me. If the only reason for you to glorify what the Marine did, right, awareness, go look at our two videos. My video got over 13,000 views. His video with Charles Payne got a little over 11,000 views. So, in theory, I should be given credit for more awareness. Chad, would you agree I tried to do something positive? Why didn't you come work with me, Chad, when I had my protest, Chad? Would everybody agree? Greg, you weren't at my protest. You weren't at my protest, brother. So in other words, all the arguments that you're trying to make, I can throw them back into your face, right? I tried to do something good. I tried to do something good for the apes, and none of you showed up. Now the Marine wants to copy my idea. Listen, let's be honest. Who was the first person who brought up protesting? Me. It was my idea. Okay, it wasn't the Marines' idea. It was the Apefather's idea. So a lot of people copy off me. I noticed that. Like I noticed even Chad Clifford, he copies off me a lot. He does a lot of things that I do. Okay, which is one of the things I do is I call out certain YouTubers bullshit. So what Chad does is he calls out my bullshit because he knows it's a good way to clickbait. This is what he does to get views. You follow me? So it's the same thing what No Limit Soldier, Dale's daddy, daddy's boy does, is that his whole channel is dedicated to me because that's how he gets his views from clickbait, from everybody saying, oh, I hate Apefather, I hate that guy. So he became like the number one representative of the Apefather haters. You know what I mean? To represent hating on the Apefather on a YouTube channel. His whole channel is about hating on me. His whole channel is about wishing me death. Okay, this is his channel, wishing me bad health and wishing me death. Okay, but you know what, Greg? Here's the bottom line. As of today, I have more views than the Marine. That's all. You may be right in what you're saying, but as of today, I have more views. So in theory, everything that you're giving him credit for, you should give me more credit. You want to know why you should give me more credit? Because as of today, I have more. So, like, what is your argument? It's about awareness, correct, Greg? It's about awareness. Okay. So, if what you're saying is true, my video has more views and more awareness than the Marines. And guess what? You want to hear what I'm admitting to you? My video meant nothing. Listen to me. I'm man enough. Listen to me. I am man enough to admit to all of you. My protest was a tremendous failure. Listen, I'm admitting it to you. I'm admitting it to you. And it's not because, but let me try to make you understand. Why am I saying it was a tremendous failure? It's not because of the blow up gorilla. Let's forget all of that nonsense. It's not because I didn't have a loudspeaker. It's not because I didn't have signs. It's not because 75 or 80 people showed up like the Marine. It's because the end result is my protest didn't change anything. My protest did not change anything. Nothing happened. And it's the same reason why not just my protest is a failure, the Marines' protest is a failure. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many people saw it, no matter how many people showed up, it was a failure. Nothing changed because protesting does not work. Let me repeat that. Protesting does not work. Doesn't work. And I don't know how much longer it's going to take all of you to understand that. Like, I don't know if you need another year to see the hedge fund short us down to the oblivion. I don't know if you need to see another 2 years of that. Okay. I don't know if you need to see AMC go into bankruptcy before you accept that. But protesting doesn't work. So then you say, well, what does work? I have a new idea now. And you know what's funny? I bet you $1 million that the Marine and other people will eventually copy this idea. Listen to me. The way that they copied my protesting idea, hear me out. You want to make a little wager? Who wants to make a wager? The way that they copied my protesting idea, you're going to see people copy this idea. People are going to come to the acceptance and realize that the only answer, I mean, Chad Clifford said it himself. He won't admit it, of course. He won't admit it. But Chad Clifford won't admit it. He basically said AMC is finished. Chad Clifford said AMC is finished. Okay. He won't admit it, though. Okay. Because that's just the way he is. Very hypocritical, pansy loser. He will not. Well, now he's actually admitting it. So I can't believe it. Okay. He's actually saying it. He just said it is finished. But yet, why are you going to protest for? Like, let me ask you all a simple question. You get a guy like Chad Clifford, who actually admits AMC is over, who probably will also admit that there is market corruption throughout the whole stock market, not just at AMC, right? Who will ultimately admit that probably you're not going to beat Citadel, right? I'll probably admit this to you. You're probably not going to beat Ken Griffin, but yet he goes to a meaningless protest. I don't even know if he went. I'm assuming he went. Maybe he didn't even go, but I'm just saying, or at least as an advocate of it. But doesn't that sound very hypocritical? Like, shouldn't you have an open mind when you go to the protest? Like, shouldn't you have an open mind that maybe things will change for the better? Shouldn't you have an open mind that maybe you can reach, Gary Gensler and he will do his job and that you will make a positive impact? See, so most of the people who go to the protest go there with a negative attitude. They go there with, I know I'm wasting my time. I know AMC is over. I know nothing is going to come of this. And they still go to the protest. But then why even bother to go? Right? That it just doesn't make any sense to me. John Theo's laughing. I know, but Snuffleupagus, listen to me. You could say whatever you want. My protest got more views than the Marine. Okay? That's the bottom line. So. Greg, do you know what we need, brother? Listen to me. We need to win. Can everybody say this with me? Win. Win. W-I-N. Win. Let me read what Johnito is saying. So many mother effers that have been in the market for 2 to 3 years and they think they're Warren Buffett. Yeah. It's crazy. They think they do. Listen to me. Let's put all of that aside, though, for a second. What is the objective? To win, right? What is the objective here? Are we trying to? Because look, you want to know what I could do? Listen to me. Here's what I could do. Here's what I could do. I could set a date. Listen to me. Are you ready? And I'm not kidding you. Tell me if you want to do this. I'll do it. Okay. I could set a date at the Tropicana in Atlantic City. We'll set a date and a time. And I think I'm going to get a bigger turnout than the Marine. Do you want to know why? Because I'm going to pay for food. I'm going to pay for food. Now, you'll be very surprised. You want to hear what a sick world this is? You want to, I should do this. I should do this to prove a point. You know what I should do? I should do this to prove a point specifically to Greg. I should prove this to Greg. You want to hear something, Greg? I'm going to make you laugh. If I offered to buy everybody drinks and to buy everybody a tremendous dinner, right? They would show up. You know why? Because in their minds, they're benefiting. I'm getting free food. I'm getting alcohol. We're going to gamble. We're going to party in a hotel room. Who knows what's going to happen? It might be like Animal House, John Belushi. Okay. So that might be more of a reason for people to want to come than for the reasons of that we want a fair Wall Street and that we want to win. Okay. So I'm trying to make a point to you. What would that prove to you, Greg? So if I set a date for the Tropicana saying I'm going to buy everybody dinner and food, let's say 500 people came, Greg, right? And let's say we all had signs and we were walking around the Tropicana and because, you could still get news coverage from that too, be like protest at the casino. Okay. And we could also protest about casinos too. I'll make a joke. We could do two things. Casinos are rigged and the stock market is rigged. We could have two things going on at once. Okay, ban casinos and ban the stock market, right? While we're all eating chicken parmesan, eggplant parmesan, veal parmesan, right? We could do this, drinking wine, doing shots, and we could be walking around the Tropicana screaming. Casinos are corrupt. Wall Street is corrupt. What's the point? What's the point? Is it going to accomplish anything, Greg? Bro, I would bet you $1 million. Listen to me. And I'm not even kidding you that I could get more than 85 people to come if I was buying them food. 100%. Like, let's say I decided to withdraw $10,000 out of my bank and say to myself, I would spend $100 on a person. So that would mean that I could pay for 100 people. And I could bet you any amount of money that 100 people would come. And you could name the bet. So in essence, I would get more people than the Marine. But you're not understanding the reason I don't want to do it is not because of the money. It's just because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. In other words, this is the point I'm trying to drive at. What is the point if nothing gets accomplished? See, this is what I'm trying to make all of you understand because you all keep arguing with me. You're like, the Marine got more people down at his protest than you. Okay, and what was accomplished? The Marine got on Charles Payne. Millions of people saw him. What was accomplished? I still got more views than him. What was accomplished? So you see, you can't answer that question because nothing was accomplished. That's why you can't answer that question. It's a simple question. What was the end result of Occupy SEC 2023? You know what the end result was? The Marine begging Gary Gensler. Here's the end result. The Marine begging Gary Gensler to acknowledge he exists. That was the end result of it. Why can't you count homeless people? Are they not Americans? Isn't that a terrible statement? Did you hear what Snuffleupagus just said? He goes, don't count homeless people. The man is making fun of homeless people. That's terrible. Bro, you should take that back. That's a sin on your soul. There are people in this world starving. You know how many times, and you can ask my wife this, you know how many times I left Carmine's and I had a whole bag of food, okay, like $200 worth of food, and I would give it to someone who was homeless. I handed it to him. I asked my wife on God. I handed all my food to the homeless person because you know what I said to myself? God bless this person. God bless this person. This guy's gonna make fun of people who are homeless. You're a disgrace, bro. I'm not jealous. Chad, once again, you know what I hate about people? Why don't we base everything on facts? I currently have more views. And I'm not talking about views on my channel. I'm talking about my protest. My protest video has more views. It has 13,000 views. Whereas the Marines video with Charles Payne, that was he has multiple videos. The Marine has multiple videos, but his main video, the one that got the most views, was his interview with Charles Payne. Currently has around 11,000 views. So when you say I'm jealous, I'm trying to understand this correctly because I'm very, very confused. What exactly am I jealous of? Okay. So am I jealous over the fact that he got more awareness than I did? He didn't get more awareness because I ultimately got more views than he did. My protest got more views than his protest. So my protest got more awareness than the Marines. So obviously I'm not jealous of him based on awareness. So now you might say, well, he has more subscriptions than you, Apefather. But he doesn't have more subscriptions than me. The last I checked, the Marine has less than 6,000 subscriptions. Last I checked. Last I checked, I have over 11,300 subscriptions. So then you might say, you're jealous of the Marine because he has more total views than you. But he doesn't. Last I checked, he has under a million views. I think he has under 800,000 total views. I have close to 6.6 million total views. So I'm just trying to understand. Can someone please explain this to me like I'm a 6-year-old? What do I have to be jealous about? I'm a bigger YouTuber. My protest got more awareness. I'm the person who came up with the idea for the protest first. The Marine copied off my idea. And most likely, I'm going to make you all laugh. The idea I have to acquire AMC, you're going to see in the very, very near future, a lot of other people are going to start talking about it. And they're going to start saying, you know something, we need to do this. Right? And then you know what you're all going to say? Oh, this is a great idea. You're going to say, you're going to say, that's it. That's the answer. You're going to say, but it's because I say it. It's a bad idea. But if the Marine would say it, if the Marine would say it, you would say it's a tremendous idea. You would say it's a tremendous idea. Make the Marine the CEO of AMC. Exactly. You see? It's already happening right now. Look at Strumpelupicus. He's saying make the Marine this. So do you see? Ultimately, I got the winning ideas. Ultimately, you all copy off me because I got every single idea. Let me tell you, even Ape Island. I know it didn't happen. I said I wanted to wait until after the MOAS. That was my goal. And let me tell you something. If we do have the AMC MOAS by some miracle, by some, like divine intervention, and we have the AMC MOAS, I will make Ape Island a reality. That will happen, by the way. That will happen. Okay. But how can I do it without the AMC MOAS? I need to have the AMC MOAS. I have a bigger following than you know, Chad. I wonder if this is even Chad Clifford. It's probably not even him. I have a bigger following than you, Chad. The first rule when you're at the it's like the art of war. Listen to me. If you know that your opponent is bigger than you, retreat and surrender. Okay. Chad probably read the art of war. Okay, Chad, you are not superior than me. I am bigger than you. So just go and retreat. Get lost. He's telling me I don't have a big following where my following is probably 100 times the size of his following. Okay, so if Adam Aron stopped the MOAS, see, listen to what Chad Clifford just said. This can't be Chad Clifford, by the way. This is definitely a bot. But if Adam Aron is the cause, right, that stopped the MOAS, who agrees it's logical to get Adam Aron out of his position, to fire him? I mean, isn't that like common sense? Isn't that like business 101? If he is the root of the problem, Why are all of us allowing him to stay the CEO? Okay. Now, I know what you're all thinking, right? You're like, well, we could vote him out. It's not that easy. It's not that easy because the board of directors, I don't care what any of you said because I've done my DD on this. The board of directors has the final power. So even if a stockholder would present to the board, we want to fire Adam Aron, they're not going to vote him out. It's not going to happen. Okay. So you just don't understand, all of you, that you can't win that way. That's not the way to win. You got to fire the board of directors too. You have to have a full acquisition of AMC. That's the answer. That's how you truly win. Because as long as the board of directors has power, they're never going to listen to the stockholders. That's what I'm trying to make all of you understand. Maybe, just maybe, if there was I don't even think this would work 100%. But it's at least a step. You want to hear what at least a step in the right direction is? Okay. If we had an entity that owned 51% of AMC and we had the voting power, we might have a chance, and I mean a small, tiny chance, to make a difference. But I still don't even think that would win. I think the real plan is acquiring AMC, firing Adam Aron, firing the board, replacing me as a CEO, making me the CEO, and having a board of directors of retail investors. Okay. Now, I feel we have a lot of options if we're at that point. Okay. Option number one, we could basically force the shorts by going private, from public to private status. We could force the shorts to cover. I would be a CEO that wouldn't make any deals. See, I think in the case of MMTLP, there was a lot of things going on under the table. I was 100% sure, I'm going to be honest with you, there was going to be a short squeeze with MMTLP. And the reason why I feel it didn't happen, that there was a lot of deals done. You know what they say? Under the table, behind closed doors. Chad Clifford knows about behind closed doors. Go ask him that. Greg, listen to me, brother. Oh, Greg, I got to go. You know what me and Greg got to do? You're Greek, right, Greg? We got to go drinking, me and you, brother. Me and Greg got to do about, what do you drink, brother? I drink Jameson. Can you hang with Jameson? Me and you need to drink about 2 or 3 bottles of Jameson because I got to get some sense into this guy. Listen to me with this patriotic stuff. Look, I love the Marine. I love America. America is the greatest country in the world, but you did all stand united. You went to Occupy SEC 2023. United, you stand, right? Weren't you with your ape brothers and you with your ape sisters? Nothing was accomplished, Greg. You need to drink a bottle of Jameson, brother, to wake up. Nothing was accomplished. And yet you keep saying this. We have to stand united. So let's stand united at the Tropicana. Who wants to eat chicken parmesan? Listen, let's listen to Greg. Let's all stand united at the Tropicana in Atlantic City. Let's eat chicken parmesan, veal parmesan, eggplant parmesan, fettuccine alfredo. Let's get about 15 bottles of friggin' red wine, and let's all stand united, and let's all bring signs. Okay? Let's all bring signs, and let's say casinos are corrupt just as the Wall Street is corrupt. Okay? And let's see what that accomplishes, Greg. Let's see, and let's see if I get more people down there. So if I get more than 80 people down there, let's see what happens. Yes, I offered to take you out in Astoria. Bro, I appreciate that. I love you. But I'm just trying to understand. You're like, God bless America. Brother, I'm going to tell you something, okay? You want me to be honest with all of you? I'm going to be honest with all of you. We are a world disgrace in terms of our stock market. Now, understand, I am the most patriotic person in the world. Listen to me. I love America. I love America. But our stock market is a disgrace. It is a world disgrace. Okay? So you have to stop connecting patriotism to the stock market. You have to stop it. Our stock market is a disgrace to America, and it is a disgrace to the world. And I would have no problem saying that. Okay, it's a disgrace. Our stock market. It's an embarrassment. How much corruption. You know what America is about? It is about the home of the free, land of opportunity, and the home of the brave. You know what America is about? Coming to America and having an opportunity where you could have a better life. That is what America is about. That is the prime reason we are the greatest country in the world. Okay. But you want to hear something? And I don't want to get too, patriotic here. We can't even invest in our own stock market and have a fair shot of wealth and freedom, freedom of wealth, financial freedom, because it is manipulated, corrupted, and controlled by the 1%. So, that doesn't seem so great to me. Well, I'm just trying to make a point, brother. Everybody says God bless America all the time when it comes to the stock market. God bless America. More like America, wake the F up and make the stock market fair, brother. I'm not fighting with anybody, Greg. Greg keeps saying that there's no fighting going on here. Okay. I want to win. I'm not about we are the world. We are the world. We are the children. It's like, I want to win. This isn't about all of us holding hands, It's like, bro, this is about winning. We need to acquire AMC. We need to fire Adam Aron, fire the board of directors. We need me as the CEO. We need the board of directors and retail investors. We need to force the shorts to close their positions by either taking AMC private. We need evidence. We need to hire Share Intel. We need to hire West Christian. We need a tremendous legal team. Bro, this whole we are the world concept has to come to an end. Let's all be united. No more infighting. It's hysterical the way all of you think. I would dress better as CEO, yes. I would wear suits every day. I'd rather spend my money on food, baby, than sheets. You can clean sheets, okay? Food is my entertainment, but I'm trying to eat healthier. I am trying. Antonio, bro, you know what the problem is with you? You're a type of a guy, he's going to get mad at me. You're a type of a guy that will live in a house with the master. Now, let's say I'm the master, okay? And I would say, Antonio, go, you're like my pet. You're like my dog. Go get me my chicken. Go get me my steak. Go get me, go get me my ribs. Go. Now, instead of you saying, I want a better life, no offense to you, you'll stay a slave. You're a slave, bro, in the stock market. I don't care if he gets mad at me. And you know what it is? You're trying to make the best out of being a slave. That's like what it is. Let me read his comment. You can make money in the stock market with a long-term horizon, picking good stocks, and have a little bit for plays like AMC, and you'll do well. So you know what that sounds like to me? It sounds like the slave trying to make the best out of living with the master who treats him like shit. That's my analogy. I'm the master. I treat Antonio Miranda like shit. Antonio, go shine my shoes. Antonio, after you're done shining my shoes, do me a favor. Go wash my balls. And he's trying to make it seem like it's a good thing. Like he's saying, yeah, this sounds fun. I could do well here. I could have a good life. I can eat good if I wash the Apefather's balls. So go wash Kenny Griffin's balls too. Okay, go wash Ken Griffin's balls. Wash his ass. Trim his pubic hairs. What can I tell you, Antonio? You sound like such a weak-minded human being, bro. The stock market is corrupt. We're getting our asses handed to us. Retail lost $350 billion in 2022. Ken Griffin made $16 billion. Citadel is now the largest hedge fund ever in history. And this guy is talking about how retail can make money. We lost 350 billion in 2022, you friggin' Mama Luke. I'm sorry, now he probably got his feelings hurt. Whatever. I don't care if he gets his feelings hurt. You got to stop talking like an idiot, bro. The steak was very good, but I told you I didn't eat the whole steak. I'm trying to cut back. All right. I'll tell you the truth. I had about half the steak. I had half the steak. I had some grilled chicken. I had a little French onion soup, but I took the cheese out. I didn't have the cheese and I didn't have the bread. I had no bread. I had no carbohydrates, and I drank water. And I had a little salad. No, I didn't eat it at home. I went and cheat. Everybody keeps talking about my sheets looking trashy. It's like, listen to me, brother. I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. All right. Let's win with AMC. Snuffleupagus. Listen to me. Let's fire Adam Aron. Here's the deal. Okay. Let's fire the board of directors. And I will tell you what. I'll buy effing gold sheets. How about that? Does that make you happy? I will buy gold sheets. I mean, you're worried. Instead of worrying about like firing Adam Aron, instead of worrying about firing the board of directors, instead of worrying about an idea that will make us all potentially rich, okay? He's worried about my bed sheets. He's worried about my bed sheets. That's what he's worried about, this guy. The regulator, when were they last washed? What are you gonna do? It's like trying to like beat like the last drop of juice out of that orange. You know, you're squeezing it with all your strength. You're like banging it against the wall, but you can't get any more juice out of it. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I can't get intelligence out of you people. I can't. Some people I am getting intelligence. I listen. A lot of people I'm getting emails. I'm getting a lot of emails. I admit to you it's not enough, but I am getting emails. I am. Thank God there's some people actually who have brains who want to win. Bro, let me ask you a question. Snuffleupagus. Okay. Let me see your sheets. Let me see your house. Let me see your car. Let me see where you live. Okay. Can we compare where you live to where I live? Guy probably lives in the basement apartment with his mom and dad. Snuffleupagus here. Tony, AA won't stop till AMC bankruptcy. So do you want to do something about that, Tony, or do you just want to ignore it and allow AMC to go bankrupt? That's my answer to you, Tony. Do you want to do something about it? If you want to do something about it, Tony, here's my email address. Look, let me show you. Send me an email. I'm not asking you for any money. It's not a solicitation for an investment. I am trying to line up enough apes to see if we could potentially acquire AMC, fire Adam Aron, fire AMC's board of directors. And I would like to do this, if possible, before March 14th. Antonio, you should be very, very careful with crypto. All right. Listen, I'm not giving you any financial advice. You do whatever you want to do, but just be careful with it. That's all I have to say. I agree with you. I agree with the regulator. I agree with the regulator 100%. March 14th is doomsday. We're finished. If this 10-for-1 reverse stock split goes through, we're finished. All right. Well, listen, I'm glad you're not upset with me. It's just that I just have a different way of thinking than you think. You know, see, the way you think, let's talk about the way Antonio Miranda thinks versus the way I think. He feels that if you pick certain stocks, if you pick certain cryptocurrencies, you're going to make money. You're going to be just fine. It might take 10 years. It might take whatever it is, but you'll be fine. That's his way of thinking. My way of thinking is more of like TNT, you know, the song from AC/DC. That's my way of thinking, which is take over. Hashtag take over AMC. Expose the synthetics. You understand? Fire Adam Aron. Fire the board of directors. Now, if we all do this, this is what Antonio Miranda doesn't understand. I would love to see the expression on his face. Oh, my God. I would give anything to see the expression on his face if I exposed the synthetics. And AMC went from a $3 billion market cap to a $3 trillion market cap. I would love to see his face. Like he would go into complete and utter shock. He probably will faint on the floor. We might have to get the paramedics. He probably wouldn't believe it, because this dude has given himself until 2027 to become maybe not even financially or independently wealthy, but to be at least in a decent position, where I'm talking about potentially making trillions. Trillions, baby, with a T. You know, like Mr. T. I pity the fool. I pity the fool. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap is a great song. Great song, man. You know, I was a big Bon Scott fan. Great singer, man. And it was so tragic that he had to die so young. Bon Scott was amazing. But I mean, we all know Brian Johnson is amazing as well. And it's been the biggest argument with the AC/DC fans, like who was the better front man. Most people go with Brian Johnson, but Bon Scott was amazing. Amazing singer. March 14th is Doomsday. But that's the thing. Are we just accepting it? Detective Pikachu was in? Are you serious? I can't believe it. I'm in shock. Let me check my emails. Hold on. I don't know if Detective Pikachu sent me. I didn't see. Maybe it's in the spam. I didn't see anything yet, but I'll check it out later. I loved Bon Scott, man. I loved him. God bless. May he rest in peace. A true legend, a true rock and roll god, a true rock and roll legend. I'm reading Antonio Miranda. Well, let's see if you're right in 2 years, okay? Hopefully, look, I will still be on YouTube 2 years from now. And 2 years from now, let me see if you're worth $20 million. And if you're not, we'll have a conversation. Oh, man, Highway to Hell Tour, amazing. At least you have good taste in music, Greg. You do. At the end of the day, you got great taste in music. I used to try so hard. I'm not a good singer. I'm a piano player. I'm a piano player. I'm a horrible singer. But I used to, as a kid, try to sing like Brian Johnson, like shook me all night long. So those high. You really shook me and you shook me all night long. Those are high notes, right? It's like his voice was falsetto, but it had this really rawness. It was a rawness and a roughness to it. You working double time on the construction road. She was one of a kind. She just mine on mine. She wants a multiple. Like it was very hard to do it, man. But I try. It's very hard to do it. I like to see any of you do it. Shoot me all night long. Oh man. I'm a rolling thunder, power rain. I'm coming on like a hurricane. My lightning's flashing across the sky. You're only young, but you're gonna die. Not bad, right? Come on, those are high notes. You got to admit the truth. Come on. Those are pretty damn high notes. House bells. No, I'm terrible, Greg. I'm horrible. But it's just like a joke, you know. I used to do it when I was a kid. I used to try to imitate Brian Johnson. He's great, man. Imagine singing like that, like every single day. Like, you know, because AC/DC, they're on tour. When they do their world tours, man, like he's probably doing 365 dates a year. Thank you, Greg. But it's like imagine doing that every single night. Oh my God. I think my balls would pop out of my friggin' eyes. I'm more of like if I was gonna compare myself singing wise, I know you're gonna be like, ooh, I'm more like of a Billy Joel, you know. I'm more of like a Billy. That's kind of more of my voice, not really so much Brian Johnson. I'm more like, you know, like a bottle of red, a bottle of white, perhaps a bottle of rosé instead. That's like more my voice. More of a Billy, more of an Elton. Yeah, I like Korn. But I'm a piano player, you know, like, you know, that's more guitar based. I like more piano based music, like, you know, Billy, Elton, Bruce Hornsby, you know, that's my thing. Honestly, those are my favorites. I would say, but the two favorites, even more than Bruce, is Elton and Billy. I mean, Billy is just so amazing, man. He's a king. He really is, man. He's absolutely amazing. You know, Billy Joel has got a high ass voice, but people don't realize it. A lot of people don't realize how, like, if you listen to songs like "An Innocent Man," it's like, I am an innocent man. Oh, yes, I am an innocent man. Oh, those are high notes. Can anybody do that? I would like to challenge anyone to make a video. I challenge any one of you to make a video, or if you could get Lou to make a video and just do this. Yeah. Anybody, I'd love to see anyone attempt to hit that high note. You could abuse me all day, but that is a high effing note. Yeah, I love that Hulk Hogan song. I Am a Real American. That's a great song. Uh, anyway, it was fun. Consider my idea. Consider sending me an email. I'll leave my email again here for all of you. I'm going to be doing a lot of lives, but I got to go take a shower now. Apefather stinky. Apefather need to spell better. Here's my email. Consider it. All right. Consider it. Acquire AMC. You know how Marine has his idea, occupy SEC? Well, my idea, acquire AMC. 2023, baby. Do I look like Hulk Hogan? No, I don't think so. I don't think I resemble the Hulk. You want to hear something that's funny? I'll tell you a funny story. My mother met Hulk Hogan, right? But when I was like a young kid. I was like a baby, I think. I was young. I don't even know. I don't know. Maybe not a baby, but I was maybe like a kid. I don't know. She told me I was very young. I don't know the age. Don't ask me the age. I don't know. I was very, very young. So what happened was, I think we were in Florida, and we were in like Disney World or something, and I think that Hulk Hogan was there, right? So my mom went up to him, and she's like, "Hulk Hogan, my son loves you. My son would like an autograph." So apparently Hulk Hogan called my mom a creep. He said, "Get out of here, creep." Is that messed up? So my mom goes to my father at the time. Of course, he was alive. May he rest in peace. And she says, listen, this big man called me a creep. So my father, naturally acting like the tough guy, show me where this guy is. He called you a creep? Show me where this guy is. I'll talk to this guy. So then my mother took him to where he was, and my father saw Hulk Hogan, and Hulk Hogan looked at him, and he looked at Hulk Hogan. He's like, nah, I'm sorry, I got the wrong guy. he he backed up, he left. That's it. You got great taste in music, Greg. Greg saw 200 rock concerts in the 70s and the 80s. Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen at the Garden. Oh, Bruce is the man, the boss, baby. Come on in for the rising. I love Bruce Springsteen. He's the great man. Born in the USA, I was born in the USA, I was. He's awesome, Bruce. He's got a great voice. I always loved the movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it before. Eddie Wilson. Eddie Lives. Eddie in the Cruises, and John Cafferty is the singer. And John Cafferty is one of my favorite singers in the world. And he's got that whole Bruce Springsteen like thing going. Like they tried to make Eddie Wilson kind of like Bruce Springsteen, Asbury Park, Jersey Shore. And I just think it's a really great movie. I love Eddie Wilson, and Sam the Great. He keeps telling me to make calls. Like, brother, what I'm doing is the right thing. I'm getting emails. That's the right thing to do, brother. There's no calls to make. Like, why would I call up like Adam Aron? Why would I call up AMC when I don't have the sufficient support, brother? I have to have the sufficient support. And the best part is, I don't think Sam the Great understands something. Do you understand that we could form an entity? Listen to me. I'm just speaking in terms of entertainment purposes only. And the entity, without the consent, listen to me, Sam. Please try to have an open mind for a second. Without the consent of Adam Aron, without the consent of the AMC board of directors, we don't need their consent. We could use this entity to purchase 51% of AMC, giving us voting power and voting rights, which might be enough to stop the 10-for-1 reverse stock. It's potential. I'm not guaranteeing it. I'm not guaranteeing it, because here's what the problem that we're facing is that Sam the Great doesn't understand. The board of directors, see, they have the ultimate power. See, a lot of people assume that when a company is public, right, they assume that you're a shareholder, you're the boss. In other words, you have the final say. It's not necessarily true. Okay? The board of directors have the final say. So, like, you could propose something to the board of directors, but at the end of the day, it's their decision. It's their decision. So we could say to them, we could propose it right now. We could say we are against the 10-for-1 reverse stock split. We could say we want Adam Aron fired. But at the end of the day, they could say no. It's so that's why, I remember one time I watched this video by the Common Sense Investor, and he had this crazy idea where what he wanted to do, right, was get like 1,000,000 apes. This is what he wanted to do. He wanted to get 1,000,000 apes in a Zoom meeting. And he was like, look, all of us should vote Adam Aron out, or we should vote, obviously to stop the 10-for-1 reverse stock split, all these things, okay? Or we should vote for we want to know the real shares, the Fugazi shares, okay. But what the common sense investor doesn't understand is, even if we ultimately did that, the board of directors could overpower us. The board of directors could basically just say no. So the true answer, if you really want me to tell you the actual true solution, is to fire Adam Aron and fire the board of directors. That's the true solution to the problem. Okay. And that's really what I want to do. If you really want me to be honest with you, like, that's the goal. But the thing is, I'm not going to make any calls, because without support and without having financing secured and without having all of this before you make the call, Sam, you're wasting your time, brother. You're wasting your time. He just doesn't understand that. Let me ask you a question, Sam. Would you go to a car dealership if you didn't have the money to buy a car? Would you walk into a car dealership? Like, this is Sam the Great, right? Would you walk in knowing you don't have the credit or knowing you don't have the money to buy the car? Why would you do it? Why would you walk in for? Doesn't make any sense. See, like, I had the money and I bought a car. That's it. That's what you do. You have the money and then you go shopping, brother. Would you walk into a supermarket knowing you have no money in your pocket? Why would you walk around, look at milk, look at eggs, look at pasta, look at meatballs, like look at chopped meat, knowing you have no money to buy it, brother? See, that's not the way I operate. I go to a supermarket, I have money. You understand? Brother, you are the reason for the problem. Do you want to know? Do you want to know why a lot of my ideas don't work? It's not because of the Apefather to me. My ideas are great. You understand? The reasons why my ideas don't work is because of people like you, because of people like Sam the Great. Because if you would stop procrastinating, all of you, because you're all big procrastinating, friggin' ball breaking, Mama Lukes, all of you. If you would all stop procrastinating and you would just send me emails, and like Greg says, we would all unite, we could make this happen. We can make this happen. But the problem is that you all procrastinate. That's what it is. And then then ultimately you try to blame it on me. You try to turn this on me. See, but ultimately, would you all agree? Let me ask you a question. Try to be open-minded for once. Would you all agree that if we actually were able to accomplish this, let's just pretend like it's like Peter Pan, okay? If we were able to accomplish this and we were able to acquire AMC, fire Adam Aron, and fire the board of directors, don't you agree that we would be in a position of greatness? Don't you agree that we would be in a position to do amazing, amazing things? Yes. So the thing is, it's not the idea that's the problem. The idea is great. You're the problem. You understand me? You're the problem. Because for whatever the reason is, you want to procrastinate, you want to masturbate, and that's it. So unfortunately, it's like this song from the Cranberries, Linger. You understand? That's it. The idea lingers on. I'm not sending emails to telemarketers. Oh, every day it's the same thing. I said that I am not doing that. Sue me. I would never do that. I would never, ever do that. Not happening. How was your morning? Not bad. Not bad at all. I never scammed anyone in my life. I think you're referring to Lou, SM. Lou was the person, last I checked, who got arrested for fraud, not me. Never scammed anyone in my life, brother. I love how you people just come out with things. Like, you just make things up, you know. ain't for the scams people. Funny. Never got convicted for any crime in my life. Never did. So how do you explain that? How come? How come like the FBI, the CIA, a judge? How come I never got in any legal trouble? You're all psychos, brother. Bravo. Now you're good on my book. Thank you, Bravo. You're good on my book too. I would not have manly love with Dale, even if it made me a billionaire, Antonio Miranda. It's just not worth it at the end. I would have that vision in my head. I would have that disgust for the rest of my life. I'd probably want to kill myself. So, like, think about it. What's the difference? Like, here, I'm going to answer your question. Let's assume I had manly love with Dale, and it guaranteed the Moaz. I became a billionaire. Let's just say, right? I would have to live with that the rest of my life, and ultimately, I'd have to kill myself. So, no, it's not worth it. Who are my top haters? There's a lot of them, man. There's a lot of them. It's really hard to pick. I know dynamic synergistics, dynamic mustache or mustache. He's definitely probably up there. Let me see. Trying to think. I mean, there's a lot of haters, but I'm trying to think of the really top ones. I would probably have to say No Limit Soldier. I mean, the reason why I say he's above all of you is that because he actually has a YouTube page dedicated to hating on me. Think about that. Like, you all might comment, you all might, comment on my videos, a lot of hate, but this dude actually has a YouTube channel dedicated to me. Yeah, Adam Aron, right? He's one of my biggest haters. Trying to think of who else. So dynamic mustache, dynamic synergistics, No Limit Soldier, Strike Force. And I probably would have to go with Chad Clifford. The reason why I would have to say Chad Clifford is he, once again, if you look at Chad Clifford's YouTube account, his YouTube page, the majority of his videos are about me. The majority of his videos. That's a lot of dedication for hate. So those would be the top three. Chad Clifford, No Limit Soldier, Dale, Daddy's Boy, and dynamic synergistics, dynamic mustache, whatever his name is. What's up, Zanny? Oh, man. Well, if you're ready to be rich, brother, here's what you need to do. You got to email me. Listen, I'm gonna give you my email address. If you're ready for some action, baby, because the Moez is not happening, brother. Let me tell you what's happening, D-Ron. March 14th is doomsday. March 14th. When Adam Aron has that meeting, and if we go forward with a 10-for-1 reverse stock split, we're finished. So this whole concept, I got your emails, Eddie. You're in, brother. I love you. Listen, this concept of we're going to have a Moaz, how? How do you, where do you get the Moaz from? Where does it come from, right? Why the FUCK will the short sellers close their positions right now? Why? Tell me why. I'm just curious. Why would they do it? The AMC had $2 billion in the vault. They currently have something like 700 million. They're burning through money. Most people say that they will run out of money by the end of 2023. Okay. Why are we having the Moaz? Okay. So what I'm trying to make all of you understand, and Zanny gets it, is that Adam Aron needs to be fired. The AMC board of directors need to be fired. We need to take over AMC. Hashtag, let me do this. Hashtag take over AMC. I'm going to do a few of them. Hashtag fire Adam Aron. Hashtag fire AMC board of directors. You understand? This is what we need to do. And I'm asking people who would like to participate in this to simply email me. Okay? Here is my email address again. Here's my email address. I am not asking for any money. Let me explain to you what the whole process will be. I have tried to get around 1 million apes aboard. When I do that, in terms of receiving emails, no money, this is not a solicitation for an investment. I will contact a major law firm. I will have them put together all of the legal paperwork. You will receive a copy of it. You'll be able to review this legal paperwork that will be filed with the SEC. Everything will be done legally. You'll be able to review this paperwork, and only after you are satisfied that everything makes sense legally, then there'll be an opportunity to do this, where money will most likely be held in the attorney's escrow account to be used to acquire AMC, to be used to fire Adam Aron, fire AMC's board of directors, and here's the kicker: make the Apefather the new CEO of AMC. Now, you might say, wow, okay. Why would the Apefather be a tremendous AMC CEO? Let me tell you the reason why. Okay. Because I cannot be bought. I cannot be sold. I'm not going to make any deals with nobody. My only intention is the benefit of retail. That's it. That's why I'm there. So I am there to make you wealthy. I am there to report to you. And I am there to ensure that the synthetic shares will be exposed. That's my first course of action as CEO. Hire Share Intel, hire West Christian. Make sure that I have some sort of evidence that could be provided to Gary Gensler, showing him that phantom shares and synthetic shares exist. We all have to remember that West Christian himself sent a letter, I don't know if you remember this, to Adam Aron. And he confirmed that he believes, with all of his legal experience, he believes that phantom shares are being used in AMC. This came from West Christian. Okay. So the problem that all of you don't understand is that these hedge funds like Citadel, they have what's called a license to steal. Let me put it, it's all right. You get the point. License to steal. Now, this is the thing. They don't have to report their synthetic holdings to the DTCC, to the SEC, to FINRA, to nobody. And another thing is they don't have to report it to the general public. Like, you go on Ortex, okay, you get to see what's called verifiable information. But what you're not seeing is what's not verifiable. That's why it drives me crazy when all of you rely on Ortex, because it's like you're not seeing what's under the table. You're not seeing what's behind closed doors. There could be a lot of skeletons in the closet. And these skeletons could be what is required to start the AMC MOAS. This is what I'm trying to make all of you understand. If we could get to the skeletons in the closet and we could get the evidence, we could possibly start the MOAS. Okay, once again, this is all based on a lot of things, so I have to say it's entertainment purposes only. But we could do it if a certain domino effect happened. But what's the first domino? The first domino that could cause the domino effect is easily the Apefather. Once again, here's my email address. Send me an email. I'm in. I don't want any money. This is not a solicitation for an investment. I want no money from you. I just want to line up 1 million apes, preferably before March 14th. Now, I know all of you are thinking I'm crazy. I'm getting a lot of emails. I'm not getting the amount of emails I need, but I am getting a lot of emails. So it shows me I'm doing something right. If I could keep pushing this message forward, and if I could keep on point, anything is possible. That's the way I see it, man. Anything is possible. Because I know all you're going to say, this is just a dream. This is just a fantasy. You're out of your mind. You're psycho. You're delusional. Anything is possible. Anything. How do we know that the regulator is telling the truth, Antonio? How do we know this? How do we know that the regulator isn't some 18-year-old kid that lives with his mommy and his daddy? What's up, Captain Obvious? Captain, what do you think of my idea? Round up the apes. United we stand, brother. and we take over AMC. What do you think? Fire Adam Aron, fire AMC's board of directors, put me in charge, the Apefather, as CEO of AMC. And ultimately, you want to know what I would do, brother? First thing, I would find out if they're synthetics. I would find out. I would hire Share Intel. I would hire the greatest law firms, West Christian, to go to work. But now you have to understand, we would be dealing with strength, Captain Obvious. We would be the ones in charge, brother. Okay, I agree with you. But the first thing we got to do is fire his ass. We got to fire his ass. We got to get him out of the power, brother. We got to rip that power away from him. So what I'm asking for is any apes that are interested in this to email me. Okay. Once again, here's my email. I'm not asking for any money. I'm asking for an email. Okay. And the plan is once I get about 1 million apes that contacted me, there's my email address right there. I will 100% contact a law firm that will put together all the legal paperwork, file all the legal paperwork, and then you can review the legal paperwork before making any type of decision. So that's the plan. It's a very simple it's about a 3-step process. Step 1, send me an email. Step 2, I contact a major prestigious law firm. Step 3, all legal documents will be filed and you will receive a copy of that legal document to review. Then obviously, if you're in, funds could be held in an escrow account in the attorney's escrow account. It will not be anything to do with me. Just want you to understand. And those funds will be used to acquire AMC. At that point, I get on the phone. I start making offers. I start making calls. You understand? I deal from strength. I don't want to, be in a situation. See, this guy, Sam the Great, doesn't understand. I don't want to call up Adam Aron. I don't want to call up, AMC Corporate, the board of directors, knowing I have no money. Like the funding has to be in place. The financing has to be in place. We have to have, that's another thing. They're going to take us seriously then. Could you imagine calling up Adam? I want all of you to imagine something. Could you imagine calling up Adam Aron or calling up the AMC board of directors? Look, I want to acquire AMC, right? You know what the first thing they're going to ask you? Show us that you have money. It's going to be the first thing they're going to say. They're going to say, before we continue this conversation, can you prove to us you have money? So imagine now I would have my attorney draft a letter that we have $4 billion or something. I'm just giving you an example. And we send that to AMC, or they're going to take us very seriously. They're going to take us very effing seriously, and they're going to probably accept our offer. But you have to do it systematically. You have to do it systematically. You can't see Sam the Great wants me to first call up Adam Aron. He wants me to first call up AMC Corporate, not having the sufficient apes lined up, not having the legal documents filed, not having the financing in place. It doesn't make any sense. He's an idiot, this guy, Sam the Great. He's an idiot. Okay, so the way I want to do it, line up all the apes, which is that step 1. Simply email me. I'll send you my email again. I'm going to keep doing it over and over again. Send me an email, Apefather, I am in. I am in, Apefather. I am not asking you, once again, for any money. I am just asking you for an email. Another thing you could do is help me by talking to other apes who are your friends, and, sharing the message with them to email the Apefather. That's another thing you could do for me. And we need to do this preferably before March 14th. You would get a very good price, Captain Obvious. You would get a very good price. But what you don't understand, brother, remember you used to feel, do you still feel that synthetics are being used in AMC, brother, or have you given up on that? Do you still believe that there are a tremendous, because I remember you used to tell me, because it was you, Captain Obvious, who actually said 100 billion fake shares. Do you still believe that? Or have you lost conviction in synthetics? Okay, good. So can I tell you what my plan is, brother? Let's just let's make the conversation simple. let's just say whatever we acquired AMC for $3 billion. Let's make the math easy. We assume the debt. We assume the debt. Now, we have the right at that point to take AMC to a basically private setting. So from public to private. Now, according to the law, all synthetics have to be closed before AMC becomes private. Now, I know you're going to mention MMTLP and all of that. I believe that there were deals made under the table. Here's the greatest thing having the Apefather as a CEO. No deals will be made with me. I'm not going to be bought. I'm not going to be sold. I'm going to be very, very strict and stern, meaning I am going to follow a certain guideline. There's going to be a blueprint for success. You want to hear the blueprint? First, acquire AMC. Second, fire Adam Aron. Fire the AMC board of directors. Appoint myself as CEO of AMC. Hire retail investors that I feel are the top retail investors to be on the new board of directors. Hire Share Intel, hire Wes Christian, hire the top securities experts in the world to work for us to determine if there are synthetics and how many synthetics are in AMC. Provide this evidence to Gary Gensler before AMC goes into a private setting. Provide the evidence to Gary Gensler. So now he can't, there's nothing listening. Once you have the evidence, Gary Gensler can't say nothing to you anymore. What can he say? You're showing him the evidence. Then AMC goes private. All of those shorts have to be closed. Theoretically, if Captain Obvious is correct, and there is 100 billion synthetic shares, AMC could easily go from a $3 billion market cap to a $10 trillion market cap, or even higher. That's real money. That's what's called life-changing generational wealth. More money than any one of you will ever make. All right? I'm not guaranteeing it's entertainment purposes only, but I'm just saying, theoretically, if everything I just said happened in that order, we would win. Is this No Limit Soldier? Thank you. We will continue to work from your market reform. AMC is dead. See, now this is, I want you all to laugh at something. If this is the real No Limit Soldier, which I'm not sure if it is. I'm not sure if it's the real one. Okay. If you are the real No Limit Soldier, if you feel AMC is dead, you also must agree that there is tremendous corruption in the stock market. Okay. So now, why the F did you waste your time going to a protest, which you did with the Marine, okay, when you feel AMC is dead, there's nothing that can be changed about it, right? And most likely you also feel you can't beat Ken Griffin, you can't beat Gary Gensler, you can't beat Citadel, and you cannot reform the market. You can't do anything. So why the F-U-C-K did you waste your time to make the trip to Washington and protest? That's my question to you. Whatever. This is what's called when you're dealing with very low IQ human beings, like No Limit Soldier. He protests for something he doesn't even believe in. Let me see here. Captain Obvious. What I saw when Twitter went private, shorts never closed out of their positions. All I can tell you is this, Captain. Look, I love Elon. I'm not going to say anything bad about Elon, but Elon is part of the 1%. And the 1% is not on our side. You understand? The 1% has their own agenda. And that's it. I'm not trying to be critical of Elon Musk. I'm just simply making a point. Elon is part of that 1% now. That's it. He was the world's richest man. I think now he's number 2. But he's still part of that same corruption. So I don't know. I don't know if look, all I'm simply saying to you is this. I believe the 1% is our enemy. That's it. They're not our friends. And people don't understand. It's all of the 1%. Like I'm not singling out, Ken Griffin. I think there are many people that are the enemy. I believe the media cannot be trusted. I believe the media is our enemy. I believe potentially even allegedly the government. So I just feel this is what I feel, Captain Obvious. Okay. We can't make any determinations until we try something that was never tried before. Okay, brother? Which is to have a situation where you have a retail investor, you have an ape in the leader seat. Okay. And you have apes as board of the directors. So that has never been done before, Captain Obvious. So you can't really, you're basing your opinion on something that is the 1%. You see what I'm trying to say, brother? You got to base it on having the Apefather as CEO. You got to base it on having retail as the board of directors. And then now if they still don't close, listen, at that point, we tried our best. We did everything in our power. Okay. And I would admit to you that at that point, there's probably nothing left for us to do. But why not, before we all give up, right? Before we all hang up and say, I'm out, I'm done, why don't we try one last thing, which is to let retail take over AMC, Apefather to be the CEO, have the board of directors as apes, and let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. Here's my email address. I'm going to put it again. Here's my email. What does it hurt you? You know what I mean? What does it hurt you to email me? I'm not asking you for any money. This is not a solicitation for an investment. I'm simply trying to light up 1 million apes for an idea that has never been done before in history. What does it hurt you to send me an email? But Sex Pistols, listen to me, brother. You're assuming the worst before you know what the results are. You're assuming the worst. You're assuming it's not going to work. You ever hear the expression, when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me? So stop. Look, I think both of us have like an equal argument here. You could make the argument that this won't work. I can make the argument that it will work. So why don't we meet in the middle and say it's a question mark? We don't know if this will work. We don't know if it won't work. But you can't say 100% with conviction that it won't work, brother. You don't know that for a fact because this has never been done before. What other choice do we have? Look, the way I see it is after March 14th, after the 10-for-1 reverse stock split goes through, we are all going bankrupt. That's the way I see it, brother. It's finished. So the way I see it is, why not, before the Titanic goes down to the bottom of the ocean, right? Why not attempt something that will prevent it? That might just make us win. Why not? That's the way I see it. What's wrong exactly? I don't know what wrong means. What am I wrong about? Tell me. What am I wrong about? None. After March 14th equals Boaz? All right. How long are you all going to do this for? Okay, so I'll tell you what. How long are you going to, how much more time do you need? You've been in this play for over 2 years. How much more time do you need to come to the acceptance that Adam Aron does not want the F in Boaz? He is not on our side. You know what the Boaz means for him? It means he's out of a job. It means that the apes are going to take their money and run. And that's the end of AMC. Brother, you think Adam Aron wants that? No effing way. Adam Aron wants to keep making $20 million a year. Adam Aron wants to keep getting stock as part of his composition so he can keep making more money. He never wants this to end. He wants this to be a roller coaster ride. You want it, you ever hear the song by Ace Frehley? I don't know if you're a Kiss fan. Ace Frehley started a band called Frehley's Comets, and it's a song called Rocket Ride. Baby wants it fast. Baby wants a blast. She wants a rocket ride. See, let me explain to you. He doesn't want a rocket ride. We want a rocket ride, okay? What Adam Aron wants is wiggly. You know, wiggly lines that go up and down, wiggly. Because wiggly is good for him. Wiggly keeps him in the leader position. Wiggly stops the Boaz. And Wiggly ultimately keeps most investors at bay. And I'll tell you the reason why. Because everybody nowadays wants a scalp. They just want to scalp AMC. They want to scalp Ape. That's all they want to do. They're not interested in the Boaz anymore. People gave up on that dream. People gave up on the dream of the Boaz. People, like I said, I get emails every day. I get people who contact me every day. Apefather, that's all I care about is scalping. That's it. You know, and a lot of people, you want to hear the funny thing? They want to buy puts. After March 14th, a lot of apes want to buy puts. That's their thing, bro. So you don't understand that our movement is dying. I am trying to keep our movement alive. I am trying to keep the dream of the Boaz alive. But I just have come to the conclusion after thinking about it, there's simply no other way to win except to acquire AMC, fire Adam Aron, fire the board of directors, appoint me as the CEO of AMC. It is the only chance we have for victory. It's the only chance. I'm telling you, there's no other opportunity. So once again, here's my email address. If you are interested, I am not asking for any investment. I'm asking for an email that says I'm in. And there's my email address right there. None. If you believe after all the corruption that you've seen, if you believe this, all right, brother, that the Boaz is still possible, you're smoking a bigger blunt than Boss Blunts. Brother, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee. After March 14th, it's doomsday, brother. You know what doomsday is? There's no way, Tommy, listen to me. Tommy, it's not realistic, brother. It's not realistic. It's not, you're all talking crazy talk now, brother. You're all talking crazy talk. Adam Aron sold, listen to me, $50 million worth of AMC. If he really felt there was going to be a Boaz, he never would have sold, Tommy. He never would have sold. The reason why this guy sold, and in all honesty and fairness, stopped the Boaz from happening. He sold at all the highs. I believe the first time he sold it was when we hit a peak. He sold at the $40 level, the $30 level. Why is a man selling who if he believed in a Boaz, bro? You know what he believes? He believes in the $50 million that he got, Tommy. I know, but I'm just saying to Tommy, listen to me. We have been saying that AMC is going to Boaz for about 2 years now. For about 2 years, all these YouTubers, everybody's been saying Boaz, 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 Boaz. Right? I mean, AMC to 100,000 a share, AMC to 200,000 a share, AMC to 300,000 a share, AMC to 400,000 a share, AMC to 500,000 a share. I've been hearing this for how long? 2 years plus. Adam Aron himself was questioned by Melissa Lee if he believed in the Boaz. And he was just like, and this was before he sold anything, by the way. And he was like, anything's possible. Anything is possible. Well, here's what is possible. You know what is possible? Adam Aron sold $50 million worth of stock. Here's what is possible. Adam Aron makes $20 million a year. So think of right there, you're talking what? $70 million. The guy's making a fortune. The guy's making, he doesn't listen to me. The truth is, he doesn't want the Boaz. He wants to keep making the money he's making. He wants to keep everybody. It's like a dream. It's become. Now it's become like Peter Panville. He's just selling us a dream. He's selling us a dream so that he can keep getting the cream. That's it, baby. He's selling us a dream so he can keep getting the cream. We're all conned, but the question is, do we give up? The question is, do we just say, I accept I lost a tremendous amount of money. I accept that I was robbed. I accept that I was conned, or do we try to do something about it? Do we attempt to do something about it? That's the question. I'm not a quitter. So before I go down, you got to do everything in your power to stop me. See, I'm like a tank. You understand? Listen to me. I'm like an Italian tank. I don't go down. You want to take me down, you gotta blow me up, man. You gotta blow me up. There's no other option with me because I get up, you knock me down, I get up again. You knock me down, I get up because it's like what Rocky Balboa says. It is not how hard you hit, it's how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. I keep moving forward. I'm always looking for the loophole. I'm always looking for the way to win. I'm always looking for the way to win. But anyway, listen, I'm going to be ending the live stream. It's been over 2 hours. I will be doing some more. Here is my email address once again for people who want change, for people who want to win. We still have a chance. Don't give up. Be strong. Anyway, this live stream is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner. This live stream is not legal advice. I have to do this for legal purposes. I am not an attorney. This live stream and all of my videos are for entertainment purposes only. God bless all of you. V for victory. Never give up the fight. But remember, it's always best to be in the leader seat. It's always best to be the puppet master and not the puppet. God bless.